Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Thursday night in the Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Mad Band Voorhis of Macias Insurance. A sea shanty sing-along underway down at Morrison's Irish Pub, across the line. Underway at Fast Eddie's until 10 o'clock. Graham Pagano up at George's Pub and Grill from 6 to 9 this evening. Fleetwood and Family down at Deutz from 7 until 11 in Pontoon Beach. Murder, Bonnie and Clyde's a mystery dinner theater down at the Mill in Granite City, and we'll be talking with some guests who will be performing at the Mill. Coming up, a sold-out show at the Mill, but 6:15 tonight, the Murder at Bonnie and Clyde's Mystery Dinner Theater happening down there at the Mill. Lanny and Julie already underway at the Prairie Inn until 8:30 tonight. And, of course, experience live Music Row down in Belleville. Mr. Piggy Penn, what's been going on?
Freezing. I got Jack Frost nipping at my acorns.
All right.
Yeah, 8 degrees I just heard on the way in. So, everybody who is going out tonight, take a coat, take a jacket, kids.
Right.
So we've got an interesting character in the. We got two newbies, two
new to the show.
New guests to the show. First, we're going to introduce Damian Blackwell. Good to see you, Damian.
Yes, sir.
Blackwell.
Thank you guys very much.
And you're our guests tonight are with Epic Wrestling. We've had Epic Wrestling on quite a few times.
Straighten him out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Pro Wrestling Epic.
Pro Wrestling Epic. Hey, man, Epic. Let's just call it that. Can you feel it?
He changes everybody's.
Yeah,
He changes everybody's name.
So Pro Wrestling Epic. Damian Blackwell, first time in. Good to see you, my man.
Thank you guys for having me. It's an honor.
Yeah, we will spend some time getting to know him, and right next to him is Captain Caveman. Here's Herzog. Good to see you, Mr. Herzog.
I wish you would have told me. I wish you would have told me that it's cold outside because I didn't wear shoes here. I walked all the way here from that way.
You got to get into the mic a
Can you see me on the radio? I'm pointing that way, down that way. That's how long I walked to get here, all right? It's cold. It is cold.
Listen, for everyone who is listening on the radio, when the video goes up, you got to see it because Herzog is just very much reminding me of Captain Caveman. And he's wearing a bear. He's saying that he's cold, but he's wearing a bear, as near as I can tell.
I said my feet. My feet are cold.
Cold. Okay. Well, there you go. Whew. You know what? I get cold feet before I come on the radio sometimes, too. All right.
There they are, the lovely feet.
And here's the thing.
Damian?
When they first came in, those toes were actually black and blue from frostbite, and you can tell they've warmed up. There's blood pumping through them again.
I stuck them in Damian's mouth, and you warmed them up for you. Thanks, kid.
Hey, it's a family show. We're gonna leave the foot fetish stuff to the side.
It was strictly procedural. It was nothing like weird like that.
Okay, nothing. Yeah, it's only as weird as you make it. I'm not gonna make it weird at all. I think it's perfectly normal. So,
Did we introduce Herzog?
yeah, well, sort of.
Okay.
I was
The shoeless one?
I'm
here.
Yes, I was introducing
As much of an introduction as you'll get.
This chair keeps moving around on me. I don't.
I think you're moving around on it, but either way,
I don't know if he's been around swivel chairs before.
you look like you're from parts unknown. Where do you hail from, Herzog?
South County.
So, but that is the same as parts unknown.
Somewhere unknown in South County.
That's a good place to come from. South County. It's a rough area, man.
I have knives.
That's down
I don't know who else down there does, but I definitely have knives.
That's down in the Bottle Rockets territory,
Is that sports?
No, that's a band.
Oh, okay.
That's a band from your area.
Gotcha.
So there you go. So you guys, both with Pro Wrestling Epic. Now, we've had a lot of guys come in from the Pro Wrestling Epic. Mr. Damian, how long you been in with this crew?
Coming up on 2 years now.
2 years you've been with Pro Wrestling Epic, and what led you there? Who were you with before?
So I was wrestling a little bit around the indies, but then when my dad was wrestling, he was in a tag team with one of his longtime friends, Harsh, and they were Power Trip. And when my dad passed away, we did a memorial show, and he started getting the itch back for wrestling, and that was his home. So I figured what better way to wrestle than come back and be with him. So that's exactly the place to be.
And who is your father?
Izzy Blackwell.
Izzy Blackwell.
Yes, sir.
And Izzy Blackwell and a guy that we know pretty well.
Yeah, we do.
Harsh. We go way back with Harsh.
From the band Power Trip.
From the band Power Trip, that's right.
Did many shows between our three bands.
Yeah, there was a lot of shows with us. Good times indeed. So your father was Izzy Blackwell, who was tag team.
Yep.
With Harsh, our friend Harsh.
And
So
he
there
was
you go.
also he also played in the band as well and playing keyboards. So
Yeah, there
everything.
you go.
Long time.
Nice. So they're and Power Trip, man, those guys been around.
Yep.
That's one of those bands that they're classic rock at this point.
Yeah.
Like after 20 years,
Yeah.
you're we'll call it classic metal, I guess.
What would
I don't
Harsh
know.
like to say if you called him classic rock? Would he?
Depends on the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on if we're like just hanging out joking. Or if someone's like, your band's like classic rock, man. Might get an Eric booting up his ass.
I don't get the reference.
That's okay. Neither does anyone listening. I often forget, you're going to find this out, Herzog. I often forget we're on the radio. I just think we're like sitting here hanging out, and for some reason there's a microphone in front of
Hey,
me.
that's the best way it
It
seems.
makes me feel like, anyway.
I feel like that often.
So your dad got you into this from the get-go.
Absolutely,
From,
yep.
from a youngster, you were brought up wrestling.
Yep, everything was wrestling.
There you go. And for us, like older guys, Sunday morning, that's what you couldn't wait till Sunday morning to watch wrestling at the Chase. And you guys have a show coming up. We're going to talk with Mr. Herzog here in a minute about at the Mill. And I made the comment before we went on, I think wrestling at the Mill is going to take wrestling at the Chase's place. I'm predicting this.
That'd be amazing,
It's going
wouldn't
to be
it?
that big.
You can only hope. You can
Sold
only
out.
hope.
First show sold out.
50 days in advance as well. We had 50
50
days still.
And it's sold out, which means another one is on the horizon. quick.
And who's to say who's fast that'll sell out?
Well, I'll tell you who's to say. Herzog is to say.
Despite me not being on this poster, it's sold out. Let's start with that. I have grievances, but we don't have to do them now.
Right.
About me not being on every poster. Right?
And,
See that
and
one?
it's weird because you are the eye candy, obviously. You know, anyone who likes the Captain Caveman look is looking at you going, yeah.
I'm a general. I'm General Caveman. If you're going to call me a caveman, I want my proper rank to be displayed, okay? Salute me.
And like just like Damian Blackwell, his father Izzy got him in to wrestling. Herzog's dad was Whitey Herzog.
Not true.
Not true.
My father was a bolt of lightning. My mother was a wolf. The lightning bolt struck the wolf, and I manifested. I'm here now. How old am I? I forget.
As old as time itself.
Something like that.
That was,
There you go.
And now we know what happens.
Did you want more? I don't know.
No. It's already gotten way too dirty for our show. We're talking about procreation and all kinds of things here. Lightning bolts. Whew. All right. So Herzog, let's talk to you. Like, were you just when that lightning hit? Were you just a wrestler? Were you born a wrestler?
Yes.
I kind of had a feeling after hearing about.
I wasn't a wrestler, but I fought everything and anything I could, and I moved here, and that translated into wrestling, I suppose. But also, I'm supposed to speak gibberish too, or not gibberish. It's a language I'm not supposed to tell you what language it is. So that's what I'm supposed to be here doing. But like,
Okay. And this is the language of the unknown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you're the first person to get it right.
I kind of understood what you were saying. Actually, I believe he said, "I was born of lightning, raised feral, somewhere south of the county." That's what he said in that language.
That's not quite the dialect I use, but close enough.
Right. Well, you were using a little bit of a southeastern county dialect. Which
Yes,
I don't
correct. No, he's right.
Yeah.
100%.
I
Wrestling at the Mill.
Wrestling at the Mill. So tell us about Wrestling at the Mill.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if I'm on the show. Most of the time, I just show up and he tells me. I'm
Okay,
gonna
stay
do
on the mic there. We can hear you.
I show up and he either tells me what we're gonna do, or I complain and throw things and just like smash until I get my way. So that's probably what's gonna happen again at the Mill. But I'll be there 100%.
So he's like the David Allen Co of wrestling.
It was all
he's just hanging out.
I can do.
So you just show up even if you're not on the bill and try to.
I don't try. I do. I successfully
and you
get
just
on the show every
successfully
time.
get
Yes.
in the show. Okay.
I
Man,
don't. I'm not even sure who the boss is. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not sure who I'm supposed to go to get on the show, but I get on the show.
Okay. Do they pay you in rocks and stones, or? Because I get the feeling. I just get the feeling you don't really have a checking account.
He tries to do this thing. It's called PayPal.
Okay.
PayPal.
Yeah.
Something like
I
that.
get it. I get it.
I like cash though. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I will take entrails. This is specific entrails, but you said it's a family show, so I won't get into what kind of entrails. But
Raccoon.
entrail. No, but okay. Yeah.
Possum. All right.
That's what that. Possum,
Any marsupial? No.
I'm a friend of possums. So.
Smallest of the marsupials. Anyway, so you were not on this lineup at the mill. What's the date on that?
March
March 29th.
I'm going to be there. I'm not technically.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you are going to make sure that you are in the show, which again, very Captain Caveman.
I smash my way into things. Smash and bash is one of my old credos that I don't use anymore, but here it is on the radio, so I guess I have to bring it back now.
And on this particular radio station where we have smash.
Right.
And bash.
Yeah.
So, that's perfect.
Are you guys my fathers?
Possibly. I have children all over the place.
I have spread my seed far and wide.
Mainly in the South Pacific, but
So, all right, real quick. At this, see again, and I almost asked the date again. It almost doesn't matter because it's sold out. So, like promoting it,
Right.
When I set this up, I had no idea that it would be sold out 50 days in advance.
Yep. If you do want to watch, you can watch on IWTV though.
Oh,
There
Get
you
a subscription
go.
through there.
Now there you go. This is
have
the
got that.
information. See, now we're gonna flip over to you. here again.
IWTV.com.
Yep.
Okay.
IBTC.
There you go.
IWTV.
IndependentWrestlingTelevision.com.
I've been watching a little bit on YouTube
Okay.
today.
There's different stuff on YouTube, and the IWTV thing is fairly new, and it's something we're real proud of.
IWTV,
I watched
International Wrestling.
Independent Wrestling
Wrestling.
Television.
There you go. Okay, so that and that's just IWTV.com.
Yep, and it's like a Netflix type situation where you pay X amount of dollars a month, and then independent wrestling,
And-
the best independent wrestling.
And at this point, if you want to see wrestling at the Mills, you either have to bully your way in like Herzog,
Just get in behind me.
or you've got
Wait
to
till
go.
September.
Or-
There's going to be a second
There,
show.
there will be a second show, but if you
September
want to see
19th.
the inaugural Wrestling at the Mills, the only way to really do that is IWTV.com.
.com.
And I don't know if I'm too early on this, but you can also see it a month later on May 3rd in Alton, Illinois, which is, I
Yeah,
think, where
that's
we're
right.
at right now, correct?
Yeah.
At the Franklin Lodge, where
Yes,
you guys
sir,
have
yep.
had several shows, including the Izzy Blackwell Memorial,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
When
Yes, sir.
Damian and Harsh hooked up, I watched that match earlier today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you watch it on IWTV? YouTube.
No, I watched
YouTube.
it on YouTube.
There
yeah.
you go. So,
But I also watched Damian in a dog collar match, which was pretty interesting.
it sounds hot.
Yeah. Had collars, and they were chained
It's a
together.
family
And,
show.
So both wrestlers have dog collars, and you're
Yes,
chained
one-
to the. So
Yep.
you can only get 5 foot away. At best.
Absolutely, and everything is legal. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to use what's available, and that ends up being the chain.
right.
So everything is legal. Just that statement in general for general life. Whew, that's heavy. All right, so everything's
I watch Herzog take on Kane. Now, I'm just going to leave it at Kane so everybody thinks, it's a different Kane.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay, I know what you mean now, because that absolutely did not happen, but then I did take on somebody named Cordell Kane.
That's right. And I want to
He's
tell
just a little
everybody-
guy,
Yeah, I want to tell everybody that, he's barefoot now and he wrestles that way too.
I gotta keep consistent,
That's right.
Andy tap dances barefoot a lot, which is hard.
It's a rare thing. You can
It's
almost
hard, but you should see me do it. That's on YouTube too.
you can almost name all the wrestlers that have ever attempted that
Yeah, barefoot.
barefoot. Kevin Von Erich comes to mind.
Yeah.
And I think Kevin Von Erich is probably spiritually my most close person because I think he did it because he was lazy, and that's the same reason I do it. I don't want to have shoes. I don't want to tie them. I don't want to put them on. I don't want to buy new ones when they go old, and I just have my feet. They're there.
Pigpen didn't wear shoes until he got married.
I call
Who
them,
didn't?
I call them foot.
Pigpen.
I call them foot prisons.
You are my dad.
I don't need any foot prisons. So,
My feet are tougher and more durable than anybody else's I know's feet because I walk outside on trails in the woods barefoot all the time and wrestle, I guess, whatever. But like,
yeah. Well,
He is in touch with the earth.
okay, so and that's the thing. If you're going to really get in and wrestle barefoot, you have to pretty much live life barefoot to toughen those feet up. Otherwise, you're a tenderfoot, like most of us who have foot prisons on.
I 100% agree with that statement.
Yeah. So there you go, man. Herzog walks barefoot through the woods. This is going to be a fun match to watch. I would usually say everyone needs to get down to the mill, but you can't. What you can do,
Well, you can in September.
you can in September. And so that's the
But
second. Is that the second show at the mill then?
Yeah, that's going to be, because they did so well. They sold out.
Wow.
They got a second show coming up in September. Now,
Nice.
the one we want to talk about is the Masonic Lodge,
Yes.
where they tend to wrestle quite often here in Alton.
Right, the Franklin Lodge.
We've
And-
talked about it before.
And what is the date on that one again?
That is May 3rd.
Yes, it is. Yep.
May 3rd. And there are still tickets available.
Yes, they are. You can get them at 618-806-4656, and you can find those at all social medias at PWEPIC.
There you go.
PWEPIC.
Yep.
There you go.
Holding up the sign, Pigpen.
So real quick, Damian, give us the setup for the mill. Who's going to be the
Well, you
matchups
do
there?
have myself and Harsh. We will be taking on the PWEPIC Tag Team Champions, the Hooligans. We just faced each other at Sunny and Salem 4, where sadly
You going down, kid. I don't know.
they did defeat us by, we'll just say, bending the rules a little bit. But we definitely plan on taking them at this show. That's for sure.
You know,
And,
Harsh is using a cane these days. Well, sort of. He needs it. I mean, he's our age.
Like a kendo stick? You mean like a...
I was going to say
Something like that.
I would think that
It's more
that
like a
is-
stick.
I was going to say I would think of it more as a staff or a rod. Do not spare the rod. So, yeah, see, there you go.
You
Captain
can't have it. You
Caveman.
can't have a stick. It's my thing. I do that already.
There you go. His has copper on it.
It's in the camera now.
Well, and is that just
It's
to be?
copper and not cheap costume jewelry.
And is that sort of some conductive way of channeling your father?
Wouldn't you like
Lightning.
to know? Wouldn't you like to know?
I am your father. I know exactly what it is.
I felt it in the,
See?
the conduit, the copper. Right, yes, father. What?
I can't wait
You
to
owe
s-
me so many Christmas presents. I'm just saying. If I'm 5,000 years old, man, you've so many Christmas
I
presents.
thought for sure he was going to say back child support.
Well, I'm not. I don't think that I get that, do I? I think that would be
feral
the wolf.
children,
The
yeah.
wolf would be the one that you need
Yeah.
to owe child support. Yeah.
You call her a wolf. I call female dogs a different name. But we're not going to get into that.
Mom, I'll get him.
Herzog, is there anybody you have your eyes on when you walk into the
Okay,
mill?
so on May the 3rd, because the last time that me and this guy fought each other, and it wasn't a wrestling match, it was a fight. It was a fight, F-I-T-E, fight. Okay.
Okay. We're at a Chili's or something?
No, it was at the same place.
Okay.
It was at the same place in the lodge, the thing, the whatever in Alton.
Yeah.
Camaro Jackson has been a thorn. Actually, you know what? I really don't have a problem with Camaro Jackson. He's the biggest, baddest dude there, and I'm the other biggest, baddest dude there. And eventually, the two biggest, baddest dudes have to see who's the biggest, baddest dude. And the last time, we couldn't figure that out. So on May 3rd, we are going to find out who is the biggest, baddest dude.
So-
And you know what? I'm 6'5". And how many? I don't know how many in metric that is, but it's really a whole lot. It's taller than you.
He's 3.5 meters tall. Oh man,
That's a lot of meters.
That
It's
is
more
a
meters
lot.
than you or
That is-
anybody else. I'm
that
the
is a-
tallest. Lightning Wolf. That's a good band.
So I mean, real quick, clarify for me here. You said at the last time Epic Pro Wrestling Epic was at the Franklin Lodge. You and Camaro Jackson got in a straight up fight, not necessarily in a wrestling match, just a fight.
Honestly, I wouldn't even call it a fight. What I would call it is just two dudes full of meat Yeah.
Easy there.
Running into each other.
Pull your pants back
over
up.
and over and over again. I had bruising through into my back. I felt it for a week. It was awful. It was great.
It was awful and okay.
And you know what else is gonna be awful and great at the same time?
Revenge.
I mean, I guess so. I just need more. I don't know if I need revenge. I need more. I need to smash
All right.
just into somebody who's like, because if I smashed into him, no offense, I would knock you over. But if I smashed into Camaro,
I feel like that was a bit of a challenge there.
I
I
know.
didn't
if you
think
want to do it, I'll do it anytime, my friend. But I have other business. All right, other business.
We'll have to see what's up when Camaro's done.
Okay. Well, real quick though, hold on.
Challenge
I
accepted.
need a little more clarification here, Herzog. This is the way that I'm picturing it. There was a wrestling match at the Franklin Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't on the bill, and you went in and started a fight with Camaro Jackson.
Again, I think that's how it happened. I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of things.
I was there
But-
for it. That is exactly how it happened.
I was just guessing, and I
Yeah, it's a
again,
good
you know,
guess.
well, as your father, I know a lot about you.
I got to get the guessing from you.
Camaro does have the interstate title, so that might have been what drawn him. He may have
Oh
seen the shiny.
yeah. The belt. I want that belt. I couldn't tell you why that I want that belt, but belts are good. I've been told, and I want it, not to sell or to plunder or to pillage, but to wear.
Well, he's kind of like a ferret. He likes shiny things, and he hides them in his cave.
He gets me.
I like nobody's business. I do. As soon as I laid eyes on you, I thought that's my son. I get what he's coming.
He
from.
likes shiny things and smelling like feet.
I bet these guys don't know that you're undefeated in the ring, Pigpen, and you defeated Damian Blade, the butcher.
Put him in retirement. Well,
You guys didn't know that, did you?
That sounds very familiar, Damian Blade, but I can't. I don't know if I met that
Yeah.
gentleman.
He beat him in arm wrestling.
and,
True story.
But I hurt his arm so bad he did retire after that. At least that's my story. And
Well,
I'm sticking to it.
considering being the father of this giant, it would make sense, you know.
I also wrestled a
Well, that
guy
was
right out of
actually-
this seat. And,
He actually threw the judge out of here. He's not into judges
Like
at all.
Like the child support guy.
right.
Yeah. I would throw him
Come
out
the
too.
judge.
Yeah,
Here
yeah.
come the judge.
Don't need you.
You can see that video on our YouTube channel
I will.
of him
Yeah.
tossing the judge.
Undefeated in the ring and out of the ring. See how that is anyway.
So anyway, May the 3rd, right? May
That's
the 3rd.
what we're talking about.
May the 3rd. Come watch me and Camaro Jackson run into each other like 20 more times because I'm sure that's all we're gonna do for real. But you know what? A lot of sweat is gonna fly around. A lot of like blood is probably gonna fly around. I had a bloody nose, I think. He had a bloody nose. Everything was bloody.
So-
I gotta stop doing that. I'm not used to. I got a
That's
face
all
for
right.
radio.
That's
you know,
okay.
you know?
So I'm going to say this when you made the comment, sweat is flying around the room. I've said this when we've had wrestling on before, and I'll say it again. If you're going to go to this match and you're into it, especially if you're taking your kids, get in those front couple rows. It's a very interactive situation. It's
If you want me to stare into your soul, sit in the front row because I will find you. I'll find every single person who needs their soul.
You'll be in the splash zone. There will be blood, sweat, and tears cast upon you. Speaking of blood, sweat, and tears, that's a band, and what bands are playing in our area
Well,
on
I want to
Friday
mention
night?
on May 3rd, you can get ringside.
Okay, nice.
$20 in advance
Ooh, okay.
to get a ringside seat.
Nice.
Now, day of the show, it's going to cost you an extra $5. We understand that. You put on shows. Let's find out who's coming
Right.
early.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you're a late comer,
Here's-
extra $5.
Here's the thing: when you're promoting a show, you're willing to forgo a few dollars if someone will put their money in early to help you make the bills.
Right.
And it's that way with festivals. It's that way with a lot of stuff. You buy in early, you get a few bucks off.
Now, there's a general admission, too. You get a $15 ticket there.
Okay.
Right.
So you get ringside 20, general admission 15.
That's right.
That's
Franklin
those
Lodge,
are in
May
advance
3rd.
prices.
Right.
We actually-
And it's Hotdogs and Handshakes 4. We actually covered one of those.
the real payday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget which one it was. I want to say 1.
Yeah. Hot dogs
But
and
maybe
handshakes
2.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or dose.
Well, could
All
be.
right. So what do we got going on in our area on Friday?
Oh, in our
evening?
area,
Yes.
it's time for Trinity's Way open mic
Nice.
at the old Milton School.
Yeah.
Got me thinking mill, man.
I know.
It's sold
man.
out though.
So, that's beautiful. I'm so excited about that.
Whiskey Dixon at Fast Eddie's from 7 to 11. Friday Rockin' Rascals at the VFW from 7 to 11. Scott and Carl at the Moose in Wood River, and Exit 52 out at Baker's and Hale from 7 to 10. Kevin Gruen going to be at the Brick House, the Locks Brick House in Bethalto on Friday night, and Mudbone.
I like that one.
Mudbone going to be at Wiggler's at Holiday Shore in
Mudbone is at
Edwardsville.
Wiggler's, formerly Hookers.
That's right.
The Mudbone at Hookers. I don't know. That sounds hot. Anyway,
Mudbone and Wiggler sounds like something too. I don't know.
It's all
hot,
good.
but
Yeah. So that Mudbone is at Wiggler's, 8 p.m. Holiday Shores. That's tomorrow night.
Do you eat worms, Herzog?
for the right price.
Okay.
$1 a worm.
Baker might be his dad.
He's my dad, not my agent. So I'll make the prices on the worm eating.
So I'm just saying what the prices were for eating worms back in the 80s.
2025, my friend. We got.
Okay, what else? What else we got going on here?
Well, in Edwardsville, we got Brutopia at Backstage Bar and Patio, Dustin Coleman at Big Daddy's, and Midlife at the 1818 Chop House to go along with your steak in Edwardsville. And then we got the cabin at Judy Creek with Mike Sonderregger and Flipside down at Deutz, starting at 8:30 until just past midnight. And a show down at the Mill on Friday night. Mike Redenbow.
Ah,
Right?
okay.
$20 ticket for that. 7 o'clock at the Mill on Friday night.
Mike Redbow could be anything.
It could be. Could be. Jay Hollinger up at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville, and we got Road to Point Pass H7's ticket for that one.
Nice.
And they'll be with White Rose, The Last Stanza, and A Portrait in Life, and Bigfoot.
No way.
I don't know him.
He doesn't know Bigfoot.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be
Kinda
surprised.
thought he was Bigfoot.
If Herzog and Bigfoot played in a band together at some point. Maybe he had a...
There's multiple Bigfoots. It's like a species more than like a
Right,
dude. You know what I
right.
mean? Yeah,
Straighten
yeah.
him out.
Yeah,
Straighten him out.
it is a
Herzog.
species, and they slip in and out of different times and spaces.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, I know. Your mom wasn't a wolf. Your mom was a Bigfoot. She used to say "Goonie Goo Goo."
My whole identity has been a lie. I have to go do some thinking.
Say it, "Goonie Goo Goo, Goonie Goo Goo." Watch your language. We're on the radio.
Very
That's
good,
so
very
sweet. Thank you. Your daddy loves you too.
Okay, Damian, what do you got going on at the Mill coming up? You got a match?
Yeah, we're gonna take on the Hooligans.
Yeah, you
we have-
mentioned that. I'm sorry.
What other matches we got going on?
From what I know, I believe we have Cash Borden taking on JJ Garrett for the PWEPIC Championship.
Hate both of
That's
them.
gonna be that one will definitely be a big one to tune your eyes into.
You said his name wrong. It's JJ Garu.
There you go.
What about May 3rd at the Franklin Lodge? Who are you going to take on there?
Well, hopefully we will have those titles back, and if that's the case, if the Hooligans want to get them back, they can, and if not, any other tag team that's open in the area can get them too.
I like that, man.
Yeah, all right.
He's challenging them knowing they're going to win it at the Mill. So why not give them the rematch right away?
He's already offering a
I like
rematch
that.
for the belt that he's planning to take.
Oh yeah, there's no doubts, no second guesses, no plan Bs.
Well, I mean, Harsh does have a staff or a stick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know, my son. I know.
Yeah, mine.
So, what other matches are on the Mill that we didn't talk about there? You told us about your match and the championship. What else is going on?
We got a
right there?
debut that night, right? Beretta?
Yes, we do. Yes,
Brandon
we do.
Beretta.
Versus Matt Fitchett, and I believe it's a tag team match with Matt Fitchett's opponent or a tag partner to still be announced.
Okay.
Yes.
So who is it again?
Matt Fitchett and Brandon Beretta.
It could be Herzog. Remember how he said he'd just be
right.
I've known Fidget for a very, very long time. Good dude. I'm not gonna. Well, I guess I could. Ooh. You know what? Nah, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. You know what I mean? That's a whole thing. I do think that the other guy, Brandon Beretta, don't know him either, but the other guy is a cop. So, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So,
What is it, Officer Valencia? I believe?
Officer Valencia.
That's
Okay.
it. Yep, him and Brandon Beretta.
All right.
And Brandon Beretta against Fitchett and who knows?
Mystery
All right.
Shadow.
Mystery Shadow.
I thought it was going to
Was
be
it
Deputy
Beretta a
Dog.
cop, too?
I think and
Pretty sure it's like a 70s show or
I
something.
didn't. So Fidget, it's a setup. Be careful.
okay. Okay.
I'm feeling Herzog on his side.
You know what? I think Herzog is channeling some stuff here, and he knows what's going down. So I don't know who you are, Fidget.
I don't wear a shirt or shoes very often. I'm aware of cops.
Or pants. So,
It is cold, so it's rare, but it's pants day today, unfortunately.
anytime it's below 10 degrees, I put pants on.
It was in the negatives in my car this morning. I don't think it is right now, but it was, and that's Fahrenheit.
That's chilly.
Maybe it's even worse when it's Fahrenheit.
Well, it's like a Flintstones car, though. You know what I mean?
Ironically, it's a Ford Edge. I'm not sure how that worked, but ironically, my dad died and left it to me. So like, thanks.
Well, I didn't know what else to do with it. I didn't want to give it to Fidget.
It's gotten me to a lot of places I shouldn't have gone. So like, it's done me well.
So yeah, I could picture him sticking his bare feet out of the car and taking off Fred Flintstone style. That would be awesome. Captain Caveman's where it's at.
General Caveman. General Caveman. Any other the matchups that we didn't mention for the mill?
Yeah, I think we got most of the big ones right now that I've got with me at least.
Okay.
And besides, it's sold out.
Well,
but you can watch it on IWTV.com.
And that's why I wanted to help keep promoting it, because I think this is going to be the biggest IWTV event yet.
Well, I want to make sure the folks from our area show up on May 3rd
Yeah.
at the Franklin Lodge
Well, absolutely.
for Hot Dogs
I
and
agree with
Handshakes
that.
4.
They get them shows get bigger and badder in a good way. You like get good, bad
Right.
every single time. Every single time. So come out to the
and
Franklin.
Handshakes.
And both of those. That's you asked about how much we get paid, and that's it right there. It's,
With
it's,
hot
it's in
dogs,
the,
you get
and
paid?
handshakes.
Okay.
We get both. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, you get something.
Last time he gave us 2 hot dogs.
So the Franklin Lodge. Let's go over that Let's go over the lineups on that.
Ooh.
I don't know if I have any of those shows.
So-
Funny enough.
Well,
You have your cell phone, and we
there are
can
many-
look up Facebook, because that's where I saw them at.
See,
there are many things that could happen between now and May 3rd.
a lot of titles could change hands.
Isn't there like a Centralia show in there
Yes,
too,
there
right?
is. May 10th, we have Centralia. It's a fundraiser for the
Okay.
Centralia Youth Wrestling Club.
Right. So that one won't be before May 3rd. What do you got between the Mill and May 3rd? Anything?
Nope, we
Okay.
got those ones. And then
So this Mill show, which you can catch on IWTV.com, is important for the May 3rd show.
absolutely.
Well, here's one prediction I will make for the May 3rd show. It's not my prediction. It's,
Oh, my.
It's Damian's prediction.
Okay.
There's
Damian
going to
Blade? How do you know his prediction?
No, Damian Blackwell.
Okay. Oh, you guys are buddies. I didn't know.
So I believe that Damian and Harsh will defend their new belt against someone.
I'm feeling
Absolutely.
that.
That's what I
Against
think will happen
someone.
too. I think
Yeah.
so too.
I don't know if it's going to be the hooligans. They might still be hurting so bad from the mill that they're like, let's just sit this one out. Like
That's a
maybe.
good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I think Harsh is going to lay the whoopings on him, and Damian is going to, in the name of his father, avenge. I don't know, whatever.
I
Sounds
know
good.
the hooligans taught me how to kill a man with my bare hands, so that's going in. That's what you got to go up against.
Yeah.
With the hooligans. They
okay.
taught me how to kill with my bare hands. All right.
First of all, I believe you were born knowing
And
how
his
to
bare
kill.
feet. He can kill with them.
I'm just trying to be nice, all right?
Did I mention I was a Camaro Jackson fan?
Oh, check this out.
I'm sorry. I started throwing up randomly. I'm not sure why.
I'm more of a Corvette Johnson fan.
There was a
I'm a
guy
Mustang Sally
when I was in
fan
high school. There was a
myself.
guy that played for I think it was Lafayette or one of the L schools, and his name was Chevelle Johnson.
Wow.
That's a real person.
Yeah.
I've never met him.
I know a girl named Porsche, a girl named Lexus.
That's true. They work over there in Sajay.
I know a Lexus, a couple a Lexuses actually. That's never thought that grammatically the weirdness of that. Anyway,
Oh yeah. So is it Porsche or Porsche? Either way, I drive a Toyota.
It's Porsche. That's what the Germans say. At least.
Rest in peace, Gary Shanley. He's not dead, I know, but it's fine. All right, so let's get back to this May 3rd. We don't know, so that lineup hasn't been made, and Lenny should be here helping us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure the lineup probably is made. I don't know if he put it out in public.
Right,
yet.
I was going to talk him into releasing some of that information tonight, but he had to run and
rescue a
Well,
wrestler.
see, I popped Calvin Coco's tire because I didn't want to share a microphone with him. So he's off getting him right now. So Herzog strikes again.
Here's the thing.
the modern man.
This is how they're going to know it was you, Herzog, because it's not a slash tire. There's a bite mark out of the tire.
And I just said it on the radio. Yeah.
Well, you just admitted to it. But
So
I
does
don't think he's gonna be happy when he gets.
What's he going to do about it?
does Coco still have the belt?
Yes, he does. The Powerhouse Championship.
wow.
So
okay.
when your champion is kind of flat, you got to go. If you're Lenny, you got to go help him out.
That
There
is
you
true.
go. Yeah,
So we're giving Lenny a break.
So here, let me ask you this, Herzog. Would Lenny come get you if you had a flat foot? Like I don't know if I assume you walk most places.
If I'm being honest, he probably would. It depends on the circumstance. I only left his belt at home one time when I had a belt. So.
Okay.
He likes me for that.
That's a business move there he just made.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a business move.
Yeah, I didn't think a feral child would be so.
Or
business world.
what I could do is I could just put an invincibility spell on the belt and just, I got a belt. Look at that, I'm the champ right here.
What kind of spell?
An invincibility.
Okay,
spell.
okay. So you were using spirit. Performing, enhancing.
Yeah, but there's no rules
Spells.
against that. There's steroids, sure. Never done those, but you know what? I have injected my veins with hot magic.
Okay. Performance enhancing spirits. That's what you're using. It took me a minute.
That sounds like I'm a drunk. I'm not a drunk. It's performance enhancing. Man, I don't know. That's
spells.
Plants.
Spells. That's Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I don't know. What's a tougher wizard thing? What's like a tougher?
Was she a teenager, man? She didn't tell me that when I met her.
It's all about the plants,
I don't-
man.
Family show, my friend. Dad.
Yes, my son. Yes, my son.
You're distracting me. I'm trying to think of a cool name for like my wizard. Well, no, I can't say that either. That sounds not tough either. All right.
Right.
Smash and bang. You know what? I'm just gonna strangle people. How about that? No magic. I'll stop doing. I will stop doing magic now because you've made me so frustrated about calling my thing something cool.
Putting
all right?
a name on it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Ronnie James Dio did wizard stuff, and he was cool. You know. So
True.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So Damian, have you ever wrestled Herzog?
No, I have not.
Really?
Oh, okay.
We had to have been like a battle royal together, right?
I don't believe so.
You weren't in that battle royal in at Pops at one time, like in September.
You're right. I don't like talking about that.
Because I won.
Yeah, I forgot you guys did a pop show. Is that the only time you've been to Pops?
Yes,
Yeah.
for wrestling at least. For
Yeah.
me,
It was like a split show between Grandel and PWE, and it was pretty cool.
It was.
Wrestling at Pops is always fun.
I was just wondering, like, after the show was over, maybe the strippers came over like they do when you're at Pops at 2:00 in the morning, and the ring's still there. So, I mean, why not?
When
I would be throwing some singles at that.
the first time I ever wrestled at Pops, it was like probably 2014 to 16 ish. You know what I mean? And it was for the ICP. It was for JCW, which is like the ICP's like wrestling company, and we like had to go. It was a bunch of shows. It was like a Violent J was doing like a solo thing, and then there was wrestling before. Like wrestling was his opener, and yeah. And so every single show we had to like go to the strip clubs just to like party with like the Juggalos or whatever,
Right.
and like. So yeah, we like literally what you said. We had to go over to whatever, and like I remember this wasn't here. This was in Floyd's Knob, Indiana. Floyd's Knob, Indiana, right? And there was a stripper there that was the same height as me. Like I was looking eye to eye with her, 6'5", and
That's a tall glass of water.
Did you
right
produce
there.
a sister?
No, because I'm not
Yes.
spending my money on that. You kidding me, dude? I'm there to make money.
So I've never wrestled at Pops, but I have wrestled at the strip clubs across.
You'd be surprised about how hand in hand that strip clubs and pro wrestling go together.
yeah.
Like maybe not so much anymore, but the hooligans were trained basically in a strip club. So in Atlanta.
The way that I wrestled the judge out of this room, I had a couple of strippers take me out of the VIP room when I didn't have enough money.
You could be taken out by worse things.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure you caused some problems with ICP too, didn't you?
I thought we were going to let that one go. I thought we were going to just let
True
that
story.
one go.
Once
I've got
again,
nothing bad to say about ICP, and I will not. So hell yeah.
that had something to do with a van down by the river in St. Louis, right? Go ahead, tell us what was going on. There was extreme. There was Extreme in the Point, right?
There was
and
Extreme.
You were working
radio.
with Extreme.
I was on 104.1 Extreme, and the Point was there, and we were at.
Was that Kane? You and Kane?
It was Kane and Woody.
On Extreme.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
Kane, like Big Glenn, right? That Kane?
He's getting nervous.
Well, it's because we've told this story before. And one of these days, it's going to come back and get me. One of these days,
They'll finally figure out. Long story short, they got the wrong DJ,
Yeah, so something.
but it was your fault.
Well, I can't say it was my fault, but something was said over 104.1 about we were down the road. We were at the American Theater for I think it was the Snow Corps tour or something. It was like,
It was Mr. Bungle, wasn't
Mr.
it?
Bungle, System of a Down. It was a really great show. And ICP was playing down the road, and something was said over the radio about, hey, you can come down here where we're at, or you can go see these clowns. And then me and Kane took a walk around the block, because that's what you do to just stretch your legs instead of sitting in a van. And as we came back around the corner, there was the Point SUV and their DJ standing outside, and another SUV pulled up, and two clowns jumped out. And they grabbed these DJs and beat them unmercifully. One of the DJs tried to get in the Point SUV, but when he shut the door behind him, the window was down, and the bigger of the two clowns grabbed him and drug him, a full-grown man, through the window.
If you're talking about the clowns, they're both huge.
They were giants.
Yeah,
they were like, I'm not a big guy, but they were giants, man.
They got the wrong DJ though.
I'm pretty sure the Point never said anything about him, and we didn't. I think it was just a bad situation, and so then the clowns ended up getting arrested and going to jail. The concert got canceled, and the Juggalos went for revenge against the Point, which again had probably nothing to do with it. So they caused hundreds of thousands of dollars damage to Channel 30, the Point, the river. That was all owned by one. And it was just an insane thing that happened over a little joke.
We know how Pigpen makes up stuff, so it's probably not even true.
You know what? I'm going to go with that. This is fake news. Once again, this is that never even happened. Juggalos never even attacked Bonneville.
Looking out for it, man. Yeah.
Well, I've been to several gatherings of the joke. No.
So there you go.
Here's the thing. I actually got hired to do comedy at one of their gatherings in Southern Illinois, and they didn't have as much of a sense of humor about themselves as I thought they would have. And the end of it was much like the movie Freaks, where they're oogle boogle, one of us coming at me. I should just stop telling jokes,
man. Like, if you look at it a certain way, it is kind of like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very much. They're going to turn me into lobster.
If they like you, it's awesome. I will say that.
Yeah, they're some big clowns.
So we're talking to Pro Wrestling Epic. We're talking to Damian Blackwell and Herzog, and they'll be performing on March 29th at the Mill, a sold-out show, but you can check it out at iwtv.com, and then you can get tickets for May 3rd. Hotdogs and Handshakes at the Franklin Lodge, the Masonic Lodge right here in Alton, and so that's why we're talking to these guys. Let's go over what's happening Saturday, because it's Coolaverse Saturday.
Awesome.
Right? We love Coolaverse. We love Michael Snyder down at the conservatory, and they're going to have Modern Pasta there.
Oh, those guys are good, man. Mm-hmm. Those guys are good.
Be the 10 o'clock band, and then Olive at 9.
Again, those guys are great, man.
And they're going to do a poetry open mic at 8 o'clock. So if you want to get in on that, Pigpen.
I might.
You might.
Yeah.
I think Herzog should.
I have some limericks.
My Instagram is Herzog Poet, and so is my Blue Sky and all the other stuff. So
like father, like son.
So, yeah, that's all happening at the conservatory. $5 cover on Saturday. Piasaw Canyon going to be playing Bossa Nova. Haven't heard their name in a while.
No.
So they'll fire it up at Bossa Nova from 7 to 10 right here in Alton. And then check this out. Naked Soul, 1 to 5, and another new band playing at Fast Eddie's.
Man, the books have been open down there.
How do you say his last name? It's
Let me
Isaacson,
look.
but it's
Let me
spelled
look
all
here.
weird. Check that out. Jordan
Oh, yeah,
Isaacson.
Jordan
baby.
Isaacson. Yeah, Isaacson.
So there you go. Rum Boogie going to be at the VFW on Saturday. A warehouse project going to be at the Ranch House. Where else would the warehouse
I
project
was
play
gonna
with
say
the
that
Ranch House?
that's
in
the
Godfrey?
home ground there.
Standing on Pluto is going to be out at Bakers and Hale in Godfrey on Saturday, and Ray's Creek featuring Scott and Michelle going to be playing at the franchise in Wood River. So Scott and Michelle going to be in town
So,
with their new band Ray's Creek.
I was going to say we have not heard of Ray's Creek yet.
Well, I have because I do research. But
Right.
new to you. but-
I'm a journalist. You're just a jackass. You don't know nothing.
No, you're a punk. You're a punky booster.
Funky
Got you
booster.
there.
Punky Booster going to be playing at the Pump House in Wood River on Saturday, and Flipside at Chico's in Wood River.
Excellent.
That's a power trip place.
I was going to say
in Wood
Chico's
River.
was a power trip home.
That's how we
base
tie
back
that
there.
all together,
Yeah.
right? Cree Rider up at George's Pub and Grill. So you might be getting a steak on Saturday, Pigpen.
Man, I love me some Cree Ryder. That dude is a heck of a songwriter right there.
And I'm pretty sure you're a meat eater.
Real quick with Cree Ryder being brought up, I have to say, every time a local musician from our scene passes, we mention it. And here's one that's really not in our scene, but the St. Louis scene. But he played several family fests, played the dueling pianos, everything. Spanky has passed away.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And just a great person. If you didn't know him, and Cree Ryder, I'm sure, shared the stage together quite a few times.
For
is what
sure.
made me. Matter of fact, I think they both played a Framley Fest together with the Voodoo Players.
Okay.
Down in Benton. So
That's been a while since the Voodoo Players, and that's several Framley Fest back.
that was they did two of them. They did 2019 and 2020.
Okay.
2020 in Benton. I think Cree Ryder and Spanky both played on that one. So
Okay. Synergy at Grafton's Winery on Saturday, and check this out: Sons of Cream.
nice.
That's Kofi Baker and Malcolm Bruce,
Wow.
sons of.
The Sons of Cream.
The band Cream.
Two of the three of the members of
That's
Cream.
like Zappa plays Zappa. It's
Yeah, it's kind of the same
gotta
thing.
make
Yes.
money somehow.
Right. Say well,
8:00 at the Wild E Theater.
See the Allman Brothers with Dwayne, Betts and
We got wrestling this weekend.
yeah,
Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance doing their Legion show,
nice.
7:00.
And big fans of the
And,
Cottage Hills
and
Wrestling
double check the
Association.
location on that because
There we
it
go.
was kind of up in the air last I seen.
Okay.
Here's another power trip connection: Cabin Fever. It's a bass player from Power
that
Trip.
Rach?
That's Michael
Mike
Rach.
Rach. Wow,
Yeah.
I played in the band with Mike Rach.
Yep.
The Sleaze Dogs, I think we were. I don't
Chase
remember.
McPeak's in that band.
Oh, wow.
So Kenny
There you go.
McPeak's son.
Right. That's a Roxanna connection right there.
We got some kind of son thing going on here. We got Damian Blackwell here, son of Izzy Blackwell.
Yeah.
We got Sons of Cream,
Right.
right?
Got this.
Sons of Power Trip.
Right.
Sort
And-
of. Mike Rach isn't
And I'm your
son
son,
of
so yeah. that's
Eric Booten,
sons.
is he? I don't think so. No.
But we also
player.
got Schaefer and Sims, who are the sons of Schaefer and Sims. If indeed
That's
they're men, if
And
they're
they're also
women, then
lo-
they're the daughters. I don't know.
They're also lawyers, apparently.
They help me
That's
get
what you
out of a
think.
lot of trouble. No, Schaefer's and Sims playing at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville, 6 to 9 p.m. That is on Saturday evening. What
And
else? We
many
got?
more. We got Caden Crew and Gavin Culp at the cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon. Full Circle down at Deutz until 12:30 a.m. and Classic Crush at Bendy's in Granite City from 7 to 11. And let's see, the Drunk Uncles. You've run into that problem before, I think,
Oh, yeah.
Big Ben.
Oh,
From
yeah.
7 to 10 at the Old Harold Brewery in Collinsville, and Max Stevens Band at the Grain Bin in West Alton on Saturday. Many, many more. So you can check all that out at cottonmouth.org if you want to keep up with that. Right now, we're
Quick
talking
shout
to...
out. One more quick shout out.
you
Here.
wanna-
Tracy Inman Band.
Oh, yeah.
At Besserman's,
playing the Super Bowl. We talked to
Super
him
Bowl.
about that.
So there you go. A lot of other ones going on, but there you go. That's
We got to give old Tracy a shout out.
yeah. So,
Michael Jackson's playing Sunday. Right there at Bakers and Hale. Mike Jackson and Josh Holland. It's going to be a spooky one.
have you been up my wishing tree?
I mean, because Michael passed away, so.
I think
Or
it's-
maybe he
What?
faked it. Maybe he faked it.
maybe it's just gonna be a hologram.
That's why he's going by Mike Jackson.
He wouldn't fool anybody.
Justice and the Experience are playing on Sunday, too.
Nice.
At
man. That is-
Sam's Last Chance Saloon.
there you go, man. There's a lot going on between Thursday and
Scott and
Sunday.
Michelle,
Yeah,
they're playing again on Sunday.
they're out.
Can you
hitting it.
believe all
They're
these
out hitting it,
shows?
man?
It's
Yeah, I was
amazing.
gonna say we're skipping through quite a few.
know.
We're skipping over quite a few,
Yeah,
but
so let's get back to Pro Wrestling Epic. May 3rd, Hotdogs and Handshakes 4. Tickets still available, but they go fast. I mean, they've already sold out the March 29th show.
Especially when they find out that me and Camaro are going to be punching each other in the face repeatedly.
That's right.
smashing into
Get your
each other
tickets while you
over and
can.
over.
Herzog and Camaros.
Herzog versus Camaro.
Just one Camaro. I don't like. I can get hit by one car, but not several. That's not true.
that
I can
would
get
be-
hit by as many cars as I want to.
So I got to ask, I always wondered this about barefoot wrestlers. Don't they try to like stomp on your feet?
Yeah, but you know what? It's kind of the same situation as when I'm like walking out on gravel and in the grass and whatever. It's like I'm tough. I'm tougher than everybody. I'm the toughest person on the planet. So like, you can step on my toes all you want to, and I might pretend like it hurts, but it doesn't hurt.
See,
You
I
got
was
tough feet.
now. See, he's taken my mind into like if I was to put it into a boxing terms, that it's more like a George Foreman attitude that you just stand there and let him stomp on your feet. You don't care.
You understand me? Yes.
Where I would the only other way to go would be sort of Cassius Clay, jump around, dance around, don't let him ever get on your feet. But I think Herzog here is just like hit me. I don't care.
I only dance out of pure joy and not from fighting. Okay, so I will let you hit me as many times as you need to hit me, and then I'll just.
That was kind of your approach against Damian Blade, though.
Yeah.
Dance around. Well, you weren't dancing, but the roller derby girls were that were in the ring. Totally
Were
distracted
they on
him.
skates?
No, they weren't on skates. They were just hanging
Out
out,
of their
looking.
element.
They-
Then
they
you're
were
either
looking hot.
vulnerable.
They were just standing behind me for moral support, not for distraction techniques, not to get Damian to look the other way or not think about what was going on. It was strictly for moral support because they
and I
like
would
me.
never reach in and help you pull his arm.
So do you think that we could sell tickets if you got roller derby girls just running into me on skates over and
that'd be-
over again instead of Camaro Jackson? Because I
That
think that
would-
we might have something there.
I think we got it.
I get the feeling that if you had money, you would pay to have that happen. I would pay you girls just to
How
run
much
into
money?
me
Because
over and
that's
over.
probably less than that other thing.
Right.
I'd cost less for that than that to make me eat worms. You know what I'm saying?
But how cool would it be to have like at a roller rink where you had wrestling and then a roller derby is like the halftime, kind of like a smash 'em up derby in the middle of a.
Where do they do roller
race.
derby around here? Because
Yeah.
who do you talk to about that?
Collinsville is where those girls were
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
at that time.
But I think they were kind of St. Louis-ish, weren't they? I don't remember.
they
we were going to
Also,
have
why don't
them
they
on,
make
but we
roller
never
derby
did.
for dudes?
I
'Cause that
think
sounds
I
awesome.
think we did have a couple of them
True.
on before that. A couple of them came in with the wrestling crew to help promote
No,
that.
We never got them on.
Never got 'em.
We just hung out with them in the parking lot.
Yeah, I don't.
Will you tell those
I
roller derby
wasn't
girls that I
supposed to
have
say
beautiful
that,
hair?
No, we just met them casually right before the ring.
Hopefully your wife's not listening.
Oh, she's listening.
I know. Ever since your daughter's been on the show, she's actually listening.
Yes. Wowzers McSnouzers. All right. Well, hey, we are down to a ticking clock here. So let's hit the important points. The important points here are Wrestling at the Mill. First inaugural show has sold out 50 days in advance. This is great.
Absolutely.
Because the second show has already been set up. All of it can be seen on IWTV, even though it's sold out.
Yep.
Second show set up when? In September?
Yes, in September.
In September.
The mill
So,
show, the next mill show.
The
the
19th.
next show at the mill. And I'm going to tell you, the fact that this one sold out 50 days in advance means the other one is going to sell out farther in advance.
500 days in advance.
Well, everyone
Yeah.
who goes to this one is going to want to come back, and
Absolutely.
that's a sellout crowd.
Not to
Right.
mention, we are just doing it completely different. We have March 29th. We have May 3rd in Alton. We have May 10th in Centralia. We have May 17th in Bonne Terre, Missouri,
different
which is a
state.
fundraiser. Pro Wrestling Epic has 17 shows on the schedule for this year with 2 states and 13 towns.
Where are you at in Bonne Terre?
I don't know exactly. Let's
Don't
see.
know? Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
but I just have May 17th, Bonne Terre,
I
Missouri.
hope it's in the mine.
I
'cause
used to,
that would be
oh,
awesome.
that would be
be
awesome, man.
That's probably not in the mine.
I've owned
It might be.
property down in Bonne Terre for years, so I'm a little familiar with the area.
That
My
one's
best
also a
friend knows the
fundraiser,
compound
too.
in Bonne Terre. She's
Well, that's
And
compound,
that's something I
whatever,
wanna-
whatever.
I take care of her cat sometimes.
Be
It's,
very serious for a moment. This is part of the reason we do this show. Have you just noticed that just like the bands, right? They raise money for important
Yes.
things. So do the wrestlers.
Yep.
Right.
2 of the
And
May
that's-
shows are fundraisers.
This is why arts are important in the community.
Yeah. The
'Cause they
artists,
will-
because artists will always come forward and help you with whatever cause you have, even when they don't know you. Artists can be compassionate people, no matter how crazy we might all be on some level.
And I've got
Except
some-
Herzog, he's the first normal wrestler that has come in here. Everybody else has not made much. No offense to you, Damian. You're just like, you're over there babbling, talking nonsense that nobody understands. With your facts and your charts over there. Well, on May 3rd, so and so is going to see so and so. Herzog is speaking other languages.
Very intelligent.
It is, to those of us who know the unknown language. But the unknown language predates Latin. A lot of people don't know that. Old as dirt.
Indo-European.
So if you don't check them out on May
Sanskrit.
3rd here in Alton, you'll have to wait till November before they're back in Alton.
Wow.
November 1st.
So there you go. That means you want to get. And again, I'm predicting a sellout.
Yeah.
If they sold out the mill, that's 15 minutes down Route 3 here.
Right.
All those people who have a good time are going to go, where are you next? Just, I did it.
That's how it happened.
Yeah, I've done it where I've at the end of a wrestling show go, okay, where's the next one? I'm going to
Remember all those shows Power Trip sold out? Doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. It happens, man.
It does.
It happens.
That's exactly how this one sold out. A lot of people from Salem, they ended up enjoying the show, and they came through to
Salem.
the
That's a
Granite.
long way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Coming to
Man,
Granite.
we like they packed out that show too. We go to these obscure towns in Illinois and still make it happen.
And if you're a venue out there and you'd like to have wrestling, these guys will come to your venue.
yeah.
And if you want to see if we're making this up, just get on YouTube and look how big the crowds are.
My goal is to never have to wrestle anywhere else ever again. That's not pro wrestling epic, because I don't have to talk to anybody else. I can just go there and insert myself on the show like I can do at PWE. It's harder to do that on other shows. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there you go, man.
And I've
Well,
got some information on it if you want to book Pro Wrestling Epic in your venue.
Let's do it.
So, no, I got it out there on the desk.
Okay.
So, because we're focused on May 3rd
All right.
right now. So,
But as you say, if you have a venue in a town in
just
this
give us
area,
a call up here at the Big Z.
We want to be there. We want to fight in your house.
Absolutely.
we want to fight in your house.
Contact us at PWEPIC on all social medias, and any ticket information, you can get a hold of us at 618-806-4656. And that's PWEPIC on all social medias.
Give that number again.
618-806-4656.
Yep,
There
there
you
we
go.
are.
All right, man. And
Or you can just call up and, talk dirty.
just breathe
To
heavy.
Lenny.
Yeah, either way.
Don't talk dirty to me.
He will hunt you down, though.
just
Just
a
so
little
you
guy.
know.
As soon as he's done fixing Coco's tire,
I don't think he's making it.
I
No.
don't think he's going to make it. That's
No.
because they're out there going, someone bit
thanks,
a
Herzog.
chunk out of this tire and spit it across the road. There it is.
I still got it caught in my teeth.
I
What?
saw-
Nothing.
I saw a steel belt sticking out of your gums when you came in, man.
That's all right. We'll have the champion back if he's still champion.
Yeah.
Coco.
Yeah. It could all change.
We
It
could
all
have the
change.
champion here already.
And eventually, I'm going
The
to be all the
future.
champions. So
Right.
We
I was
are the
talking about Damian,
champions.
but I guess it could be Herzog.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm going with the youth movement,
Champion of the tag team, soon to be.
Absolutely.
All right, hey, good luck to you against the hooligans. They
Thank you.
watch them; they're eye biters. They will bite your eye
They'll
right
bite
out.
anything.
Yeah, well, I've heard that.
and they flip.
Yeah, so watch your back, and good luck to you and my old friend Harsh. Tell him I said hello.
Will do. Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in.
No problem. Thank you
Great
guys for
to
having me.
meet you. Thanks for your long journey in from parts unknown.
If you would like to meet me or whatever on social media, my social media is Herzog Poet on everything, Instagram and all the other stuff as well.
He will be at the poetry open mic down at the conservatory on Saturday. And he may be
Sure.
taking on Michael Marciano, Rocky's son,
I'm going to be in
at the
Arkansas
grain bin on
and
Sunday.
No, the other one, Kentucky. Yeah.
Hey, we got to thank our sponsors, Halpin Music Company, for allowing us to do this, along with Matt Van Vors of Town Club, of Mr. Donut, of
Macias Insurance,
Midwest.
and he's a heck of a wrestler too.
He is a
I've
heck
wrestled with him. It was never professional.
he's
It was just
definitely
for fun.
eye candy.
It always
so.
started out tickling, Poor Matt. Anyway,
We're going to have some high school sports coming up at 8 o'clock, so keep it right here on 107.1 FM for some playoff action.
all right,
CM Eagles and Highland, 3A girls
there you go.
championship game.
Yeah, and in the meantime, between now and when you decide to get out, remember, this weekend is going to be a little chilly, but that does not mean you should not get out and support local music and art safely.